Hey guys, J-Man here. All right, Future State, week 2. There's a lot to go through, and I'm gonna go through it as fast as I can. Go through some issues quicker than others. I just read there's 7 issues, so 7 comics. I just read 7 of them in a row. I'm trying to get this out as quick as I can. I had a busy day all day today. I rushed to the comic shops, to my shop at Gotham Central Comics in Mississauga. I grabbed everything I could, came home, had dinner, just read it, and now I'm doing this video. So my mind's a little bit jumbled. So if I make any mistakes, which could happen in talking about some of these books, then please, I apologize, forgive me. I'm gonna try to keep it all like straight in my head. I just like last week, I'm gonna go through my least favorite up to my favorite. So starting with my least favorite. My least favorites doesn't mean that they're trash or whatever, but it's just I didn't like them as much as the other ones, and just to give it some sort of an order. What else? I never read any of the death metal stuff. I really only read like Detective Comics, the 2 Supermans, Action and Superman. I'm catching up on Wonder Woman. I'm maybe 10 behind on Aquaman, and I think that's it for DC that I read. So I don't know all the characters, and then Teen Titans is in here as well. I've only read 1 Teen Titans comic in my entire life, and that's Teen Titans #1 with Robin running on the cover, and I've got that in a sealed, not a graded copy, but just like my actual copy that I had. It's in good condition. So I don't know anything about Teen Titans. So there's characters in that one that I probably don't really know, and I never even watched the Titans show, although I have it on Blu-ray, and I have the Teen Titans cartoons and all that, but I just haven't watched any of this stuff. So let's start off with my least favorite, and my least favorite was actually Superman, Wonder Woman. And the reason it's my least favorite is I don't know, I don't like this Wonder Woman. I'm really sorry. If there's people out there that really love this character, that's great. She looked really cool to me, and I was really excited, and I love Wonder Woman. Duh, there's like a whole Wonder Woman collection right there. So I love the character of Wonder Woman. And I'm open to having someone else be Wonder Woman, but I'm just not liking this Yara Flor character. Real quick, John is Superman in this. He starts every morning by saying, "Hey, I'm here, Superman." He writes that in the sky, "Good morning." They notice that there's 2 suns, so they're like, "What's happening with that?" And some helicopters get damaged up. Wonder Woman saves them. And I've totally forgotten where this takes place, where she is. Brazil. So she saves the guy, and then she lectures him about making better roads or something. I don't know. I don't know why that was even there. It's like, I live in Mississauga, like it's like Toronto, Canada. Mississauga and Toronto are very close to each other. There's traffic all the time. Our roads suck. So is she gonna go beat up the Prime Minister? I don't understand. Maybe there's something I'm not catching, but this was really stupid. It's like, just save the helicopters and leave, or whatever. I don't know. So she comes back to these 2 guys who are gods. There's like a moon god and a sun god, and the sun god sees another sun, and he's like, "Well, why is there 2 suns? Meanwhile, it's Solaris." Oh yeah, spoilers are in effect. There'll be some spoilers, maybe major, maybe not. I'll just see as it goes. But I'm probably going to forget to warn you, so just keep that in mind. So there's Solaris there, and then Solaris and the sun god are fighting each other. And Solaris wants to kill Superman, and Superman's like, "Well, why don't we, can you really take on me teamed up with that sun god guy?" And he's like, "Oh, I'll do a challenge. We'll do a challenge or something." He goes, "Yeah, we'll just do some test of strength. And then if you win, you can kill me." So we'll see what happens in the next issue. Yeah, I mean, whatever. This was okay. I don't hate it. I just don't like this Wonder Woman character very much. It was my least favorite of last week's issues as well. So we'll see. Hopefully it gets better. I gotta fix my pile here. Speaking of Wonder Woman, I also picked up a whole bunch of Wonder Woman issues that I was behind on. So there's that. Okay. My next least favorite The Superman family is not getting a lot of love. Now, at this point, this is where I started to like think this was okay. So it was really just that Superman Wonder Woman one I didn't like as much, and not because of the story, but more because I just don't like that Wonder Woman character. But this was actually very interesting. I like the art, and it's very pretty. I don't know how else to describe this, but it's very nice kind of pretty art. There's a Studio Ghibli movie called Princess Kaguya, I think. It's like watercolory. It's sort of like, it reminds me of that. So Kara is on the moon. She's hanging out on the moon, and it's a place where people who don't feel like they belong anywhere go. I mean, I guess that's a thing. For some reason, I kept thinking Escape from LA. Like they just deport everyone over there, but that's not what it is. This weird shape-shifting person. What was her name? Lenari, I think. If I made a mistake in that name, I'm sorry. Again, there's just so many characters introduced. I'm just gonna say it's Lenari. I'm pretty sure that's what it was. So she's running away from something, from some people who want to steal her power. She has like this diamond thing in her head. This is the diamond right here. Oh, get that out of the way. There's like this diamond thing in her head or whatever, gives her powers. So it's like, okay, sure. And these guys want to get her. Now, Kara has her doing like just different labors, building a dam and stuff like that. And the people that live there don't really care. I mean, I don't know. Like, she's trying to teach her stuff, and it just didn't work. And now these bad guys are gonna come, and then they're gonna fight. So there you go. That's pretty much it. Not a heck of a lot is really going on, but it's as I said, it's very pretty. It looks nice. I like the colors. This one was okay. I like this one. This was all right. It was all right. Okay, next one is Teen Titans. Now, I think this one would have been a lot better if I knew more about Teen Titans. I had to get the variant cover because the issue on it, the regular cover sold out like fast. And this is on my pull list, but there just wasn't enough copies. And I'm not really a stickler for getting the cover A or whatever. I would prefer cover A, but if I don't get it, I don't get it. So again, this was just a confusing book to me. So let me know in the comments if you're a Teen Titans fan, like what is going on here. The art is really nice. So this one would have ranked probably the lowest for me personally, because I don't know any of these characters. Like, I know Emiko. So she's Arrow now, like Beast Boy, and it's like Beast Boy and Cyborg have merged into Cybeast. I don't know when that happened, or if this is just happening here for the first time. This was just like a very, not a difficult read, but it was just very difficult for me to understand what was exactly going on and the significance of things that were going on, because I don't know anything about the Teen Titans characters. I have a feeling that if you're a Teen Titans fan and you've been following that, or perhaps there was stuff in death metal that I didn't know about, that then you'd really like this a lot. So I'm not going to spend time on it, because I just think this one was maybe just not for me. But I don't think it was bad, because it seemed like there was a lot of cool things in this, but just nothing that I could understand. So look, you can't read everything, man. There's a lot of comics out there. You just can't read it all. Next one up is Justice League. Now, this is a two stories. One is with Justice League Dark, and one is with the regular Justice League. The Justice League Dark one was freaking awesome. So this would be higher. Half of this book was like okay. Like, I would say this was lower. The Justice League part was lower. It starts out with I'm just gonna spoil this. The Legion of Doom are formed, and I hate when they do this. I know this is like a tactic, but like, they introduce all the characters of the Legion of Doom, and the next page they're all dead. So someone killed them all, and now the Justice League is investigating who did it. So we have all these people that I don't care about, and I don't know who this Batman is. I don't think they've revealed that. Let me know in the comments if they revealed it, because I don't think they revealed it yet. And if they did, and I missed that somehow, then that's a big time fail on me. But I don't think they revealed it yet. Anyways, so the Justice League is investigating the death of the Legion of Doom, and then big twist at the end. The Justice League are the killers, but they're not the Justice League. They are, who are they? They're the Hyper Clan or whatever they were. Yeah, the Hyper Clan. Ta-da! And then that's it. So we'll have to see what happens with that. They trapped the real Justice League somewhere else. Let's get to the good stuff, which is the Justice League Dark thing, man. I like Justice League Dark a lot. This was a pretty sick story. So basically Merlin is like gathering together any kind of magic users or anything to do with magic, and he just wants it all for himself. So he's just killing anybody. Like Zor-El's dead, which sucks because he's a cool character. Etrigan shows up. Yay! He's in the chimp's body. I don't know when that happened. I have no idea how that happened. So I don't know what happened with Jason Blood. I guess they're going to explain that in the next one. So he's in that detective. I think it was detective. I don't know what I think the character's name is Bobo, I think. But I know this guy. He's been in stuff before. I always forget his name, but it's always neat to see him. Of course I forgot. Yeah, Satana. There's a lot of awesome characters in this. John Constantine, of course. Ragman appears. So they're just trying to figure out what's going on, and they talk to Ragman, and he's basically like saying, well, John Constantine and a few other magic users, like Madame Xanadu is there. They're trying to like get like a safe haven. They're trying to create like sort of a spell that'll keep all of them safe. So they go to meet up with them, and well, you know what? I won't spoil this part. How's that for you? I won't spoil what happens on this one. It's not a big spoiler. It's pretty obvious and actually it was spoiled for me immediately because when I opened up the comic, it actually fell open to that page and I saw immediately what it was. But it was pretty neat. So if you like Justice League Dark, this is pretty good. I'm not sure about putting Justice League Dark and Justice League together in the same book. I don't know what's going to happen once Future State ends and they're going to go to that anthology style. I mean, that might be interesting. I would definitely probably collect that. Next one up. Okay, so now we're in the top 3. Now, this one would have been second best. It's third best only because the secondary story wasn't as good as a couple of the stories in the next one. Dark Detective. Okay. So this one was... these top 3 ones are like awesome. These are like must-haves. So this one talks about Batman and the Magistrate and everything. So we get to find out what's going on with Bruce Wayne, right? Because we know that Bruce is not the Batman that we just saw in that thing. So Bruce Wayne is presumed dead. One of the peacekeepers shot him. And he basically survives. It says here that he uses his fortune to like help extract or to help for this doctor to heal him. But like, I don't know. That seems weird. Like he should have had a lot more money than that. But I think some of it went to like developing some of this technology here. So Gotham City's like is a high tech. Look, I think it seems like a Blade Runner-ish kind of a thing. So it's this like high tech city, but it's still a piece of crap. All the vigilantes or masks are being hunted down. Bruce Wayne sees a guy getting picked on in an alley. He comes in to save him. That peacekeeper guy or these guys show up to gun him down, and then he tears off his thing and he's like, yeah, and he's Batman underneath. So he's back. I mean, look, this is like a simple Batman story, but you know, it's still cool. That's the thing with Batman. That's what Superman is my favorite, but Batman is my second favorite, but he gets a lot of love because it's just like he's just a very, you know, likable character, and you can do a lot of cool stuff with him, right? He's just neat. So I liked this one a lot. The secondary story was with Grifter and Luke Fox, and that wasn't too bad. Essentially, it's just like there's like a bar fight with Grifter, and him and Luke are captured by the magistrate, and they're just trying to escape. They're locked up together. I'm just going through this quick. They're locked up together. They escape. There's Grifter. Yeah, he's a cool looking character. That's it. They escape. A bunch of thugs come to beat them up. It's like the Black Mask Gang or whatever they are, Syndicate or something. And at the end, I'm just going to spoil this. At the end, Huntress is there, and they meet up with Huntress, and they're like, okay, Luke needs to get out of Gotham City, and Grifter's going to help him do it. So the Batman story was simple but good, and the Grifter story was okay. I wasn't dying over it, so that's kind of why that was third. It would have been higher up because I do like the Batman stuff a lot. So second up is Green Lantern, man. I liked this one a lot. A few stories in here. All three of these stories, there's three in here. They range from really cool to freaking brilliant, in my opinion. I really liked this one a lot. It was so good. I'm going to take it back. This is the second best. I don't think the Batman one would have beaten this. The first story is John Stewart, and look at the friggin' colors and the art in this is just awesome in this first, like in this story. So it's like this world at war. There's these two factions warring. There's like these purpley red guys. I'll see if I can find a picture. Yeah, there's these guys versus the blue guys. That's pretty much it. It's simple, but it's done in a neat way, and the art is awesome. So this story was I just like the art, and I like the design of all the characters. It reminds me a little bit of Heavy Metal magazine, the fantasy magazine, and a little bit of 2000 AD. Just the feel of it a little bit. So that was the first story. It was pretty good. The second story was with Jessica Cruz, and it was friggin' cool, man. Basically, they're at this space station here, space station, and some Yellow Lanterns show up, and Jessica doesn't have any Green Lantern ring, so she's defending the station just on her own and setting traps and stuff. It felt like Die Hard, but with Jessica Cruz, and I don't know. I thought it was really neat. I don't know why. You know, I didn't read much of Green Lantern until the Grant Morrison current series, which I'm just really loving a lot. And I don't even review it on my channel because it's just a personal pleasure to read that and just have fun reading it and not make it into something that I have to do a video on. I don't review every comic I read. There'd be too many videos if I did that. But I was never a big Green Lantern person, but I did read the Green Lanterns when that came out. I read maybe the first year's worth of that. And I think that's where Jessica Cruz was introduced. I could be wrong, but I really liked her. I really like her in this one. This was awesome. This was just really cool. Something cool happens at the end, which I'm not going to spoil. How do you like that? I'm not going to spoil that. Okay. The next one is called The Book of Guy, and it's Guy Gardner. And this was a genius story. It reminded me of like a Star Trek story. Real Star Trek, not whatever they're calling that Discovery. Not that. The real Star Trek, like Kirk and Spock and all those guys. So Guy Gardner shows up on this planet, and there's these two factions that are at odds. And they're like, oh, you're a heretic, and they're like these zealots or whatever. They're super cool. They're super funny, not cool. And this piece of junk here landed on the planet, and they're fighting over. They're saying, oh, the gods meant us to have this thing, and then the other side's like, no, they meant us to have it. It reminded me of The Gods Must Be Crazy, where the Coke bottle lands in that village and everyone's fighting to use the Coke bottle. That's a great movie, and part 2 is pretty good too. Anyway, so Guy Gardner shows up to settle this dispute, and they just think he's like a prophet or whatever, and he loses his ring powers, right? Because we don't know what happened there. So he's just Guy Gardner himself, and they can't understand him now because the ring can't translate. So 1 year later, he's kind of learned the language. He's kind of talking to them. He's a mediator. He's trying to make everybody happy with each other. And then 25 years pass, and he's now this big prophet who keeps everyone. He's not the chosen one, but he's supposed to be their leader, and he's gotten everyone to get along. And all of this stuff in here is so funny. There's a lot of funny things too, where they're like, oh, you're a heretic because you didn't like the grape jelly or whatever, or grape jello, and it's like, what? Oh, it's so funny. Really, really good. I'm not going to spoil the ending on this one either, because I like the ending on this one too. It's pretty neat. But I really liked this. The ones that I was looking forward to, this is true for last week and this week. The comics that I was really looking forward to were kind of oh, okay. And the ones that I just thought, oh, what the hell, I'll read, have been really, really good. Green Lantern was great. And my favorite, Robin. I love Robin. I don't know if you can see it over here. I've got like an entire, I don't show it too often. There's like an entire Robin collection. You can kind of see it right there. So it's like I love Robin. He's a great character, and one of my favorites of all time. Probably my third favorite character, I suppose. I like all the Robins. I like Tim. I like Dick Grayson. Obviously, you know, Jason's okay too. Everyone hates him. He's fine. Obviously, Damien is cool. So this is about Tim Drake. So he's got this like predator cloaking technology. I don't know if you can kind of tell that's him perched on a thing, on a ledge there. So he's fighting the magistrate, and like look, the art in this is nice, and the colors and everything, and that looks really really cool. So who's in this? Spoiler is in this. She shows up, and here's Spoiler. So this is where masks are outlawed, right? So he's fighting these like cyber creatures or whatever, and there's something really neat which I'm not going to spoil. They're being enhanced by something. I'm not going to tell you what it is because I want you guys to read this one. But Tim finds this this thing here, so he's trying to figure out what it is. He takes it to a character whose name is Darcy. Now, the name Darcy pops up. I didn't know who this was, so this pops up with a few. I Googled it, and the name is a few characters. I don't know which character this is supposed to be. So if you know who this is, let me know in the comments. But she's very neat. She's really neat. So they're communicating through sign language, which is really cool. And I'm not going to show you that because that's a spoiler. They basically need to stop what's happening, and I don't want to say much more than that. I don't want to show you much more because it'll be a spoiler. I like this one a lot. Maybe because I like Robin, and I'm just a sucker for Robin in general. But I like the ending of this. Is very intriguing. Like this was one of the ones. A lot of these Future State ones, I'm not. If someone said we're canceling it right now, I'd be like, okay, it's canceled, you know, whatever. If they stopped this, I'd be like, ooh, I'd like to see where this continues. There's a few of these books that have come out where I've kind of got into it and thinking, wow, I'd like to see this continue. This would probably be my favorite one to continue. Just the adventures of Tim Drake with this technology, fighting in this future kind of world. This was very interesting to me, so I really like that one a lot. That is it for DC Future State this week. We are on a state of emergency here, so I'm not sure what's going to happen next week. I don't know if I'll be able to get any of my books. If that happens, I am going to get them digitally, and I will review them digitally as long as they come out. And then I'll pick up the physical copies later. My store, Gotham Central Comics, the owner has said to me that, yeah, he's got my pull list. He will save everything for me, and I can pick it up once this lockdown ends. So I may have to go to digital for next week's stuff. X-Men's definitely going to be digital because that's starting tomorrow. And we are in a state of emergency here in Ontario, Canada. So that'll be it. I don't know if I'll even be able to get physical comics like even tomorrow. So, because DC came out today, right? Anyway, so we'll have to see how it goes. So I will do the digitals regardless of what happens. So tomorrow I will do the weekly X-Men talk in digital form for sure. And I'm going to do some more Star Wars stuff because Star Wars is trending right now. Let's see if the comics are as good as the show. All right, that is it for this week. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time.